Coming to you from deep in the heart of Plano, Texas, I am Rich, and tonight is beer night. Thank you so much for joining my show. This is the very first episode. I am right now hidden in the upstairs bedroom of my house, hiding away from my wife and kids with some beer and with you guys. So thanks for joining me. Real fast before we dive in, since this is the first episode, who am I? I'm a regular guy, a family guy. I've always liked beer, but lately I've been on a journey to learn more and more about beer. So I thought I'd make a show about my journey. Each show will try one beer, talk all about it, but I don't want this to be like any other beer review show. I want this show to be brutally honest. I'm gonna say whatever I think, and I want you to say whatever you think. When you make comments, be brutally honest. Even if you think I'm an idiot and I have no idea what I'm talking about when I'm talking about beer or whatever, tell me. I want this to be just an open, honest, truthful, real, unfiltered show about beer. Let's build a community and let's be real with it. So at the end, we're gonna do a trivia question, and you're gonna become famous if you get the trivia question right, if you're the first person to leave the answer in the comments. And then I'm also gonna show you at the end what beer we're gonna taste for next week, so you can try it with me. So let's dive right in, shall we? The beer we're going to review tonight is Paulaner Hefe-Weizen. So this beer is 5.5% alcohol. It's from Munich, Germany. It's low on the IBU scale, so it's got a lower bitterness and hoppiness. And some of the stuff that people think they smell and taste when they drink this beer: banana, cloves, cookies, wheat, metallic, spicy, vanilla, honey, apples. So when we open this in a second here, we're gonna see if we can smell and taste any of this stuff. Real quick note about the Paulaner Brewery. It's one of the oldest breweries in Bavaria, in southern Germany, in Munich. It was started in 1634 by some Catholic monks. And maybe someone can help answer this question. I've always wondered. I always thought religion didn't really condone drinking, but here you have these Catholic monks. Not only are they drinking, but they're the ones making the alcohol. So how are they allowed to do that? I've always wondered how a religious order was, creating this huge industry, so much so that we're drinking beer with the name of their leader. You have a little monk on there today. And Paulaner is one of the few breweries that's allowed to supply beer to Oktoberfest, the big beer festival in Germany. I would like to go to Oktoberfest someday, but my lovely wife won't let me leave the house to drink beer with my friends, so I don't see how I'd be allowed to go to Germany and drink beer for 2 weeks or however long it is. If you've been there, let me know what it's like. So what's a Hefeweizen? Weizen means wheat. This is a wheat beer. And heifer is a cow here in Texas, but Hefe means yeast. So it's a yeast wheat beer. It's a wheat beer with the yeast left floating in it, which is going to make it cloudier and add some different character to the beer, more character than what just a regular wheat beer would have. So this is my Weizen glass, using proper glassware here. All you beer snobs should be proud of me. I even learned how to pour, 45-degree angle, and then go straight down the middle here. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Look at all the carbonation on this. Hefeweizen's known for having a lot of carbonation to balance out the malty sweetness. And I thought it would be a little bit more pale than this. It's kind of an orange color. I got a flashlight here. Maybe you guys can kind of see what that does. It is cloudy. Not as light as I thought. But a beautiful color. Let me get a little more in here. So, okay, well, let's see what we can smell, what some other people think here. Definitely has a fruitiness to it. I do smell the bananas. I don't smell any cloves. Let me look for any cookies here. I don't smell cookies. Maybe like very light, like floury dough kind of. One thing I am kind of picking up is a little bit of, I don't pick up the metallic, but a little bit of medicinal, kind of like what like a wet Band-Aid would smell like. And I do know what a wet Band-Aid smells like because I have 3 kids and a swimming pool, and there's more Band-Aids in our swimming pool than there are leaves. And so I know what they smell like, and there's a little bit of that. So let's go ahead and give it a taste. I don't specifically taste apples, but I do smell the sweetness, maybe a little honey. But let's see how this goes into the mouth. The first thing that hits me is the carbonation. It's like bam, carbonation right on your tongue. Actually feels really good. It's really refreshing. And then the sweetness. I do definitely taste the sweetness. Now I do taste some apples and honey. Definitely. It's real refreshing. It's actually very good. Yeah, very refreshing, very good. Taste the sweetness. Little bit of the medicine taste still there. It's more on the smell than on the taste. And, I was almost hoping that I wouldn't like the first beer I reviewed for our show, because sometimes it's funnier to criticize and trash a beer than it is to enjoy it, but I really like this. This is very, very good. So, some food pairings I read about were like goat cheese. I don't keep a lot of goat cheese in my house. Maybe once a year, my wife buys it for a salad with cranberries and stuff, but supposedly that's good. This isn't my favorite beer. My favorite beer I'd put, would be like in the 90s out of 100 scale, but it's not in the 70s. I would rank this somewhere in the 80s for me. Maybe like in the mid 80s, like an 84 and 85 or something. It's very good. It's very refreshing. So I'm going to give it an 85 out of 100. That's Rich's beer review of Paulaner Hefe-Weizen, 85. So let me know what you think about that. I want you to taste it and tell me what you think about my opinion and what you think about the beer. So let's jump to the trivia question here. So, if you get this question right, I'm not going to send you a free beer, and I'm not going to send you a t-shirt. Maybe down the road when the show's bigger, I'm going to do cool stuff like that. But for now, your username on YouTube is going to go right here on the shoutouts, and you're going to be famous on the next episode because you got this question right. So here it is. Here's the question. In the year 1799, the monks at the Paulaner Brewery, this guy right here, they had to leave the brewery because of some political stuff going on in Germany, and the Bavarian government took over the brewery. The question is, what kind of facility did they turn the brewery into? In 1799, what kind of facility was this brewery turned into? Go. Be the first one to answer it. I'm sure you'll look it up on the internet and cheat because I have no expectations otherwise. Okay, next week's beer. Comrades, we are going east to Mother Russia. Ja говорю по-русски. If anyone understands what that means. We're going to try Baltika, a nice Russian lager. So you don't want to miss next week's episode because my wife, who speaks Russian, may come in here like she normally does when I'm drinking beer by myself and yell at me in a foreign language. It's quite funny to get yelled at in a foreign language, especially when you don't even understand all of it. So please check that out. Thank you so much. Oh, go buy one. Go buy one and drink it with me when you watch the show. You've got a week to go buy one. This is everywhere all over America, probably all over the world. So hopefully people in Siberia, maybe this is like in your backyard. So thank you so much for watching the first episode of my show. Please leave some comments. Please be brutally honest. The most honest, critical comments I'm going to read out loud on the next show. And remember, no matter where you are in the world, if you like beer, you will always have a friend right here in Plano, Texas, who likes beer with you. Thank you. Have a great evening. Enjoy your beer, and good night.